Manifesting the Motherhood of God. That is the topic for today. It comes from Sri Ramakrishna's saying. In fact, Holy Mother said, as told by Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother once said to one of her disciples, "My son, you know the Master had a motherly attitude towards everyone. He has left me behind to manifest the motherhood of God to the world." So that's what Holy Mother, as an ideal of manifestation of motherhood, stands before us. Now, as was being read, this motherhood is not the quality of only mothers. Everyone has that motherly quality. So what is that motherhood that is present in every being? In the Chandi, in that glory of Divine Mother, Durga Saptasati, it is said, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matri Rupena Samastita. O Goddess, you are present as Mother in all beings. There doesn't say in all feminine women or in all feminine forms, but it says you are present as Mother in all beings. I bow down to thee. So that is the Divine Mother, who is present in all beings, whether human beings, subhuman beings, superhuman beings, male, female, doesn't matter. Now this Mother, the Goddess, God and Mother is present in the heart of everyone. It depends on how much that God, power, that Mother is manifested in our lives. We need to manifest this power of God as Mother present in us, in our hearts. So what is this motherhood of God? How can one man behave like a mother? That's what Sri Ramakrishna was. He was so motherly attitude towards everyone, Holy Mother said. And he said, he particularly left me behind. We don't know the divine plan. Why Sri Ramakrishna at the age of 23 married a girl as young as 5. Maybe after he was gone, his physical body was gone. There has to remain a part of himself as Holy Mother to guide the humanity, to show to the world what God really means. Unless we see Holy Mother, we really don't understand what the motherhood of God means. What God and Mother, what Mother's love, what God's love as Mother really means. But first, seeing examples from Holy Mother's love to her children, let's try to see what this motherhood means. First, when we say God has the creation. As mothers have children, parents have children, God have children. And his children is whole universe. Every living being, everything that is created is the children of God. So God loves his children as human beings or other creatures love their offspring. So there is love for all by God. So this affection, taking them as their own, my own thing. We know how mother's love is. How much mother loves her child when child is not able to protect itself, not able to feed itself, not able to take care of itself. That time the manifestation of motherhood is seen most. Mothers who were very selfish perhaps, who didn't change their lives and they were just self-centered. When they become mother, their priority changes. Everything gets focused and centered on the baby. And they may undergo sleepless night without any complaint. And they find joy in bringing up their child. That is motherhood. That love, affection comes. And from where that comes? Sri Ramakrishna says, it is God that has given that love in the heart of mother so that child is brought. It is that God's love flowing through our mother who gave birth to us. That takes care, that undergoes all suffering. So affection, that taking the thing as our own, in our mother case, and when it is God's love, this affection is universal. All become children. As we love our one son, one daughter, God loves everyone. And when a man, human being, whether man or woman, starts showing that love, to extending that love from her own children to others, then that love of universal motherhood of God starts manifesting from that person. More care, concern, love, how to make people happy, peaceful, smiling, that becomes the manifestation of motherhood of God through us, through our human beings, in as much as we can do. But we have to transcend that limited my thing, only I and my husband and my children. When we transcend that, it becomes God's motherhood manifesting. What other than affection for our own, those whom we think our own? When we have that love, that affection flows to them, then the motherliness starts manifesting. And when it does to more than our family, our own my thing extends, not only to my son, my daughter, but other children are become mine. Now, they don't have to be especially small children. Be a grown-up person may be treated like children. You don't have to caress them and pat them on the back. But love flows, the care flows, concern flows. That is manifesting motherhood. I believe that what we do, when we do whatever we do for others, that is the manifestation of motherhood of God. As simple as bringing food here, the potluck in your office. That is when you think that the devotees will be fed, our colleagues will be fed. That's something we do out of love, without any self-interest. Then it becomes manifestation of motherhood of God. Maybe in small degree, but that motherhood can be extended further and further and intensified. More we feel for others as our own. And finally, as Holy Mother said, the whole world is your own. When we are able to feel that, we are manifesting the motherhood of God full. How much we can feel the whole world as our own, when there is no one that is despicable, hateful, alien, all are my own. That is the final motherhood. What the mother does, mother's love besides is pure love, without any thought of return back. That is one mother's quality. Another thing that mother does in loving the children, with the love comes the quality of sacrifice. They don't think for themselves. As I said, they can pass sleepless night to make the baby grow without any complaint. And they find joy in this difficulty, in this change of their routine. That is, sacrifice of any degree can be taken for the sake of children. In sacrificing, even they forget themselves. There is complete self-abnegation. There is no thought for themselves. All thought is centered on the baby. What is that child moving? What is he doing? Why did he cry or she cry? Like that, everything is centered on the child. They will forget their own disease, their own discomfort. Total self-abnegation and self-sacrifice is another characteristic of mother. Mother's another characteristic is forgiveness. They forgive their own children. Children may do something wrong, but that doesn't make any big dent in their life. You may have beautiful something, paint or crockery on a table. Your child goes, small child, and throws it. You don't slap a child for that. Oh, you just broke my beautiful this piece of glass, piece of decoration. But that doesn't matter. Everything is forgiven for when we feel that person is our own. It doesn't have to be just a baby. Anyone to whom we think that person is mine, that feeling of ownness, that makes us love that person. And forgiveness automatically comes. You don't find defects in that degree when you feel the person is your own. Mother also has another quality of forbearance. They just can endure all difficulties for the sake of those whom they love. And care and concern. So much concern for the children that can be seen in when motherhood is expressed. Another thing that is seen in mother is sweetness. Children, they may not do anything, but they know that their mother, when they go to their mother and say something, it will be granted. If there is some mistake, mother will be there to protect myself. That sweetness of mother. No one is sweet as mother in her behavior, in her kindness. She is the sweetest person in our life. That is the motherhood. Mother does another thing. She holds on to the family. The family of husband, brothers, parents-in-law, children, brothers, children, all come together when the motherhood manifests, and it tries to bring everyone, tries to solve the problems in the family, and tries to keep all the family, if larger family, they just try to make everyone together. That is another motherhood's quality. Mothers, when the children starts growing, they take the role of guiding the children. What is wrong and what is right. They affectionately and slowly guide through their lives. Son, you eat this, you don't do that, you learn, you read, you behave properly. All this guidance automatically comes with the feeling of love in their heart. And finally, there is when son doesn't do as expected in his life. Nothing they expect for themselves. Mothers should not expect. But they expect their children to be good, at least well behaved. Somehow it doesn't happen. The child is not good. But does mother become bad if child is bad, if son is bad? No. Shankaracharya says, Kuputro jayeta vachidapi kumata nabhavati. Maybe son is bad son, not good son. But mother is never a bad mother. There is nothing called bad mother. Mother is always good, kind, loving, affectionate. Son may be sometimes not so good as expected, but there is never a bad mother. After saying this, now let us see that in the life of Holy Mother, who was left behind by Sri Ramakrishna to manifest the motherhood of God. It's a big ordeal. Motherhood of God has to be the mother of everyone. We love. Our love is so small, it finishes by loving our one son, one daughter, or two daughters. That love is just limited to that. When you are given the responsibility to manifest the motherhood of God, there is no limitation. Your love flows for everyone. That's how it happens. You know the life of Holy Mother. Just let's remind ourselves what Holy Mother's life was. First, let us say Girish Ghosh went to Jairambati. And Girish Ghosh, when he went, he was a very famous person, famous artist, dramatist, writer. And when he goes to there, Mother is there with mother's love. He becomes like a child. And he asks Mother, Mother, what type of mother are you for me? Mother said, I am a real mother, not a mother for namesake, not a just wife of a guru, not just a mother. I am a real mother for eternity. That was what Holy Mother said to this great dramatist and literature of that time, very famous. And how that just saying, not that saying, how her motherly love flows. Girish Ghosh came from Calcutta, Jairambati was a village. So the people didn't drink tea that time. Mother knew that Girish Ghosh was habituated to drinking of morning cup of tea. Where she will find milk there in the village. Poor village. But early morning, before everyone got, even it was not day, it broke. Then Holy Mother was seen returning with a small pot of milk, just to make tea for Girish Ghosh. Real mother, not the mother for namesake, real mother I am. Girish Ghosh found that his linen on the bed is clean and bright every day. He said, there is no laundry, there was no washing machine that time. So he said, who cleans there? There are not many servants, there are no servants in the house. One day he finds at the daytime and after a meal everyone was resting, Holy Mother was seen at the bathing hall in a pond. And there she was cleaning the big linen of this Girish ghost. Every day she used to come, go to the pond, clean it with soap and water and dry and give it to him. Mother herself, expected by everyone as Divine Mother. She could have asked other person. She could not do that. Girish ghost was not her guest. He was her son, her child for eternity. That was the motherhood being expressed. Little word we do for our own children, how blessed we feel. That's what love is. Love makes that, not that thing is clean, but I want to be part of the thing of service to my children. That gives me great joy. That was always the joy of Holy Mother, to serve the children. Whenever people came to Holy Mother in Jairambati, people felt special attraction. Greater manifestation. Swami Birajanandaji goes, he stays there, and so much of love he feels from Holy Mother. He feels that I have a mother, and my mother loves me, and I love my mother very much. But I find here, it's much more than that what I love to my mother. I am loved more than my mother loved me, and my love for this woman in this village exceeds my love for my mother. So that motherhood was manifesting. Unless that motherhood of God manifests, how can that relationship of love will flow from both directions? That was the greatest manifestation of motherhood being manifested in Holy Mother. There was one devotee, and he went to Amoda river, about a couple of miles away from Holy Mother's house in Jairambati, in the river Amoda. That young man used to go to take a bath, and he found there clean water. Otherwise, the villagers used to drink water from a big pond where sometimes people used to bathe, and also that water was drunk. So Holy Mother used to drink that water. Everybody in the village drank that water. But this young man thought, why should she drink this water where people bathe? Let me take the clean water from removing the sands, and then there is a filtered water near the Amoda river, naturally filtered water. And he carried on his head and brought and gave to Mother. Mother said, this I brought for you to drink. Mother said, why did you bring? I like this water from this pond. This is very tasty water. You don't bring this. You don't have to carry this. I just ask you to bring. Don't bring this. Next time again he goes, and that devotee observed that Holy Mother drink that water that what devotee brought. Whole day she was drinking that water. Next day he goes to bathe in the river, again carries that water on his head and brings. Mother becomes very serious. He said, I asked you not to bring water, you don't listen to me, what have you thought? I repeatedly said, don't bring water. But next day also devotee sees that Holy Mother drinks that water what has been brought by this devotee. He was happy. The third day, again he brings water. Holy Mother was really seemingly angry, and he said, what have you thought? I asked you not to bring this water or not? This devotee said, Mother, whether you like it or not, I will bring this water for you. If you don't drink, you just don't drink. But I will be bringing every day, just throw away. Then Holy Mother laughs and says, no, my son, I in fact like the water that you bring. But because it gave you trouble to carry that water from the river, I didn't want you to take trouble there. That's why I said, I like this water which I've been drinking from this pond. That was sufficient for me. But you have brought with so much love. How can I just ignore that? And that is very good water you brought. That is Holy Mother. Because her son will be troubled to carry that water, load of water. That's why she said, don't bring that water. That was her love. And once Holy Mother's devotees came, and there were some disciples, and the disciples, she fed them. Every time she fed first disciples, and then after that she used to eat. So disciples said, why Mother, you are our Guru, you should eat first. She said, no, I am not Guru, I am a Mother first. And after they had eaten, she would remove the plate herself. She would not let others do that. And then clean the place. And people said, Mother, you are cleaning the place of things eaten by others. And you are especially cleaning the plates and place of your disciples. It will incur sin on them. Have you thought of that? You should not serve your disciples. Disciples should serve the Guru. Then mother said, what disciple? Who is disciple? I don't say any disciple. All are my children. I am their mother. Will mother not clean the plate of her children? Will not mother clean the place of her children? So that I am doing, no disciple doing. Once one disciple came and he took initiation and said, mother said, your Guru is Sri Ramakrishna. The man protested, disciple protested, why can be Sri Ramakrishna my Guru? You are my Guru. You have given me initiation, you are my Guru. He says, no, I am your mother, your Guru is Sri Ramakrishna. Then man still was not satisfied. He said, my mother is at home, you are my Guru. My child, what do you say? Look at me. Am not I your mother? Then that person sees, and her mother was standing in place of Sri Ram, Holy Mother's place. Holy Mother showed that it was not other than his own mother. So motherhood was maximum manifested in the life of Holy Mother. Whether she was a guide to the Sangha, whether she was initiating Guru to the disciples, whether she was counseling persons to the devotees, but her motherhood was at the top. His love for everyone was the highest trait of her life. Her very breath was the motherhood as Sri Ramakrishna had wanted. How much she wanted to be mother, Sri Ramakrishna once knew. Holy Mother didn't say, I want to be mother. She came with that power to sustain the motherhood for everyone. And with that power who had come, she was not going to have her own child, biological child. So Sri Ramakrishna understood that mother is desirous of children. She wants to be called mother. So Sri Ramakrishna said, I believe you want to be called mother, you want to be a mother. So Holy Mother said, yes. They said, don't worry, I will give you such gem of children by whose call of mother you will be worried. So many people will call you mother, and you will have children no other human being has. Gem of children. So Holy Mother was given Narendra, Rakha, Baburam, Latu, all this gem of human beings as her children. She was satisfied. And other devotees, Master Mahashaya, Mahendranath Gupta, and then Balaram Bashu, all these guys, Girish Ghosh, all were her children. So all great persons, all loving, best, pure persons were her real children. Always used to refer to Narendranath, my Naren said this, my Naren should not do this. That also she would say. Always she would say, my Naren. That was there. And that mother, everyone used to call her mother, and she was very happy. And mother, the word mother was so dear to her. Once during Sri Ramakrishna's time, that story you know that, one lady, Holy Mother was taking food to Sri Ramakrishna, she used to do every day. Suddenly one lady comes and says, Mother, give me the plate, I will carry this. The mother gives that plate. And that lady comes and puts the plate in Sri Ramakrishna's room, from Holy Mother's room. And Sri Ramakrishna knew that lady, and that was not very pure lady, and ill character, immoral, and that food was there. And after the lady put the food and lady went away, Holy Mother was coming, she came. And Sri Ramakrishna was annoyed, little angry, little upset, and said, why did you give this food through her? Don't you know her character? Mother said, but what can I do? She said, Mother, give me. She addressed me as Mother. And when someone addresses me as mother and asks something of me, calling me mother, I cannot just stand. I have to give that to that person. I cannot bear to say no to anyone who calls me mother and asks some favor of me. I don't look to that person's character. Then Sri Ramakrishna said, then today you have brought, okay, now I promise you will never give food to any person and every person whenever they ask. Holy Mother says, eat today. First promise, this is, Thakur, I cannot promise that. Whenever someone will ask, saying me, Mother, I will have to give. I cannot promise that. That was Holy Mother. Whenever we ask to Mother, saying, Mother, grant me this, that is given to us. Whatever is good for us. That is still today Mother listens. When you say, Mother, remove this problem, grant me this. Mother listens, and whatever is good for us, she is sure to give with that intention, that purity, that love. We call our Mother and pray to her and ask for something. Her love for children didn't stop only Narendranath and Rakhal and Master Masha, all great persons, pure persons, disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. She was mother to everyone. One day one person came, one lady, she was very sad and she said, my legs were fallen, I was little slipped in my way of morality. Mother, I am not able to come to you. I'm so sorry, I cannot enter your house. Mother said, what do you say? You have come to me, you are my child, come to me. And she brings her and she embraces her, puts her arm around her neck and said, come up, I'll give you initiation. What? You have done wrong. You can do right any time. You have me. So mother is that grace, that solace. Anything a child can do wrong. But if once that child comes to mother, then mother takes away all the sins, removes all the sins and weaknesses of that child. And mother gave her. People said sometimes, many people came who had not very good character. And how mother protested, how strong she was in the feeling of motherhood for all persons. Once very devoted disciple said to mother, Mother, if those women who are of not good character come to you, then it will be difficult for us to visit your place. We will be gone away. Then mother, what she said? She said, what can I do, my child? If those people come to me, I will accept them. If you have some difficulty or anyone has some difficulty because some people come to me, is calling me mother, I can do nothing. It's up to them whether they can come or not. But those people will not stop coming. When Ramakrishna Mission was formed and people started joining the order as monks, there came some freedom fighters whom the British government called terrorists. And they gave up the violence and they started joining the order to become monk. This news went to their secret agent and went to the government. Government said, those who are terrorists in their terms have to be not to be accepted and removed from the monastery. It was said to, the written letter came to the General Secretary. Now, what the General Secretary will do, this was a big, difficult time, government saying, don't accept the freedom fighters. They go against the government. Then, Saradanandaji consulted Holy Mother. Holy Mother said, no, those who have come to Sri Ramakrishna will stay here. They will not be asked to go away. Rather, why don't you do one thing? She said to Swami Saradananda, why don't you go and meet the governor, the governor of Bengal, and explain him what we stand for. Saradananda went, he met the secretary of the governor, he explained the thing, and then the things changed. Governor then understood that the Ramakrishna Mission is a purely spiritual organization, having no connection with the politics. Those who have joined the order have eschewed and given up the politics and have joined the order. So all remained there. Holy Mother was that firm that even the government said, remove them. She said, no, those who have come to Sri Ramakrishna, they will not be removed. They will not be asked to go away. That was Holy Mother's thing. There was one dacoit, robber, thief in the village called Amjad. Very poor, thin, emaciated, sad, often used to go to jail by stealing something. Sometimes used to steal cows, sometimes something steal and caught and went to jail. But that became Holy Mother's so loving son. So once he came, tired, poor, wearing in the clothes, She came and Brahmachari saw one person has come. And before he asked him, that person went towards Holy Mother's room. So he was going to stop that person, where are you going? In Jairambati, but he went. And he said, Mother, he called. Mother was in the room. He said, oh, Amjad, you have come. So then she started talking with Amjad. They talked for a long time. And in the process, Holy Mother took so much care, gave her food, gave her oil, asked her to take bath. And after a few hours, when that man was returning, that Brahmachari saw again, he was smiling, free from stress, well fed, happy person went away. Came stressed, tired, person came in, and happy person went away. And he was treated like a son, always. So somebody said, once this, he was being fed, Nalini Devi was feeding this Amjad, the poor man, not good character, stealing, that man. And she didn't want that person. Nalini was a relative of Holy Mother in her Holy Mother's house in Jairambati. She was keeping a distance from her and throwing the throw. You know, in India we serve the food with the ladle, or if the roti, they give to the plate nicely. But this Nalini Devi was almost a distance, she was giving the food without any love, just because she had to do. Holy Mother saw that and said, what are you doing? Can a man eat like that? She took up the pot from that Nalini Devi, went near the Amjad and gave her lovingly the food. Amjad ate and went away. And then Holy Mother started cleaning the thing. Then Nalini Devi said, what are you doing? You are cleaning the place of 36 castes, all different types of people, pure, impure, you don't take any concern. Holy Mother says, what do you say 36 castes are pure, impure persons? Where are pure and impure persons? All are my children. There is nothing impure in my children. All are the children of God. That was Holy Mother's view. She said, as Sharat is my child, Amjad is my child in the same way. I have the same love for this dacoit as I have love for that knower of Brahman, most sophisticated, most purified person. Swami Sharadananda is as dear to me as this dacoit, Amjad, poor, impure in heart, doing, robbing, stealing. For her, no difference. Her motherly love, these two are the just opposites, and her love tied both of them. Her love, these are the extreme to show, but her love was for all. Once one person gave coarse cloth to Holy Mother. I said, Mother, it's very coarse for you. Mother said, you have given me. And that coarse cloth you have given me, it is like gorod, it is like silk cloth. Gorod, nirod, khirod, it's all this to me, whatever you give me with love. Nivedita had given her a small quilt, a thin quilt made with this thing. And after much use, it has become very old and it was tearing off. Holy Mother used to repair that and keep it. Somebody said, why don't you have the new one? Why use this old quilt to cover your body in the wet sleeping? But you know, my Kuki gave this to me. Nivedita gave it to me. When Swami Vivekananda brought the Western disciples from the West, Nivedita, MacLeod, Holy Bull, he was a little afraid how the society will accept them. And Swami Vivekananda wanted them to work for the Society for the Development of India, to serve India. And how they will be accepted in that conservative society, where the Westerners are looked as something alien, something different. Then first he tried Holy Mother. So they were sent to Holy Mother, and Swamiji was praying perhaps that Holy Mother should accept. Holy Mother was widow, Brahmin, very orthodox in social term. But her mind, her heart, she said they accepted all, touched them, and also ate food sitting with them. Swami Vivekananda was beyond happiness. He was so happy, he wrote letter to Swami Ramakrishnananda. Do you know the glory of Holy Mother? Not only she has accepted these Westerners, but she ate with them together. So can you believe this? That was it. When Holy Mother accepted them, it was not difficult for the society to accept. And they worked miracles. How this Nivedita worked for India, everybody knows. What a contribution of India. At that time, when there was a great freedom movement going on, when people started boycotting the Britishers and British dress and British things, boycott foreign things, use country homemade things. So one person was sent to buy some clothes for the relatives of Holy Mother, and he brought all handmade, homemade, coarse cloths. And Holy Mother said, "Why did you bring this to girls? They would not like to wear this coarse, rough clothes. Why did you bring them the fine clothes?" So then the devotee said, "Mother, but that is made in Britain, and those are British things. We are just boycotting that. That is the movement going on." Then Holy Mother says, "What British made? As Indian people are my children, they are also my children. They are not alien. Return this and bring those things." Everyone. Sri Ramakrishna in a vision had seen, once was told to Holy Mother, "Oh, in the vision I have gone to faraway country and I found many white persons and they are so devoted to me," saying that his thoughts will go to the West, to all over the world, and people of all colors, all nationality will accept Sri Ramakrishna and Sri Ramakrishna's ideals. Holy Mother was not different. How strong these decisions were, we cannot imagine now. But when there is a movement when people were just boycotting, there is a big movement coming, the Swadeshi movement for the country, nationalistic movement. And that time Holy Mother saying, "Bring those things, they are also my children." That's a great revolution in Holy Mother's life. So strong she was. She was very wise also. Once one lady comes and she says, "Mother, please bless my husband so that he becomes a rich person, he earns money nicely." And Holy Mother knew she was the wife of a doctor. She said, "Oh, you want me to make doctor rich?" Doctor there in India is not like here, paid by the government. They are paid by the people who go to check, who go to examine people. Patients go to doctor and patients pay directly to the doctor. If I bless your husband to become rich, means he has to get more patients. That means the people have to become sick in more greater quantity. I can't bless that way, my dear. I can't ask that there should be more people suffering so that they will go to doctors and doctors will have more money. No, I can't do that. She just refused. She was soft, but she was strong in her judgment like that. Sometimes Holy Mother was so enduring, forbearing, as I said. People are very peculiar. One person comes and towards the later in her life, and she comes and by bowing down to her feet, he bites Holy Mother's thumb. So forcefully, Holy Mother cried out, "Ah!" Then people asked, "What happened?" Then that man said, "I bit your thumb, Mother, so that you remember me always." That was the devotion of that mother. Mother remembers and giving trouble to mother. That was the exuberance of Mother Tamas. This is the tamas of bhakti that is called. But without thinking, it's very selfish though, selfish devotion. That mother should remember me, I can inflict pain on her. So once one person came like another peculiar devotee, comes to mother and knows that mother is Divine Mother herself, and mother is wearing this thick cloth in the summer time and she's perspiring, there is no air condition, no fan, and that mother comes and instead of bowing down and going away, he starts doing all the ceremonials of worship. He starts doing pranayama and bhuta shuddhi and sitting there, Holy Mother sitting quietly, covered with thick cloth all the way and perspiring inside, and that person is taking 10-15 minutes and doing all elaborate puja. Holy Mother said nothing. All enduring for the sake of peculiar children. There have been so many peculiar children. But Holy Mother also had a wonderful judgment. He loved Swami Vivekananda very much, Narendra's decisions. Once Narendranath, but never mistook to give the right decisions, even to say more than what Swami Vivekananda did. Like Swami Vivekananda once said, this plough had broken out in Calcutta and we have this land, people are dying. So he thought and proposed to sell the land and serve the people. Holy Mother said, no, you can't sell the land. For this monastery is meant to serve people for years together, for ages, not for one day. So you can't sell. She overturned the decision or thought of Swami Vivekananda. Another time, Swami Vivekananda thought there will be sacrifice of goat according to the ritualistic worship and mud. Holy Mother heard that and stopped. Asked Naren not to do that. Monks should not sacrifice. Swami Vivekananda wanted to rouse rajas in the country. He said the country is steeped in tamas. They are afraid to see a drop of blood. What they will work for people? They are always self-centered, always fearful. Let that rajas grow and people work and sacrifice. May that spirit be there. Holy Mother said, no, that's not the way to rouse the rajas. So stop sacrificing goat, she said. Once one servant, who Swami Vivekananda had removed, he had stolen something in the monastery. That servant, instead of going his home, he went to Holy Mother. So much faith he had. Holy Mother, she said, Mother, I stole, I'm very poor, but Swami Vivekananda had driven me out. How will the thief will be kept in the monastery? And Holy Mother asked, Baburam Maharaj, God, Baburam, take this servant back. We monks do not know how difficult the householder's life is. Baburam Maharaj said, what, Naren has removed that and he will be very, Naren's personality was so much, he will be unhappy if I defy his decision. He said, tell Naren that I have asked him to take back this servant. Then Naren, this Baburam Maharaj bringing this, the servant from across the Ganga to the boat. And Swami Vivekananda said, see this Baburam, what he is doing? I removed that person, he stole the thing, he is a thief, and he is bringing back. And he came near and said, what can I do? Mother told. Mother told, finished. Everything like high court. One Brahmachari was removed by Swami Shivanandaji. And the Brahmachari went to Mother, they are removing me, he's also doing something, maybe this is the duty of some disobedience. And he went to Holy Mother. Holy Mother said, no, take him back. Don't remove this Brahmachari. And Shivananda Maharaj was told, that Mother told to take him back. Oh, you have gone to the High Court. I didn't know. Whatever Mother's decision was, it was taken in that way. She guided Sangha in many ways. How she shaped and took the greater decisions at the time, most difficult time, whenever a great personality like Swami Saradananda felt it difficult to decide. Holy Mother gave the decision. She guided the Sangha. She loved everyone in the Sangha. She loved every humanity. Holy Mother, that 34 years after Sri Ramakrishna passed away, those are the highest manifestation of motherhood of God. The love for everyone. Everyone was her real child. As a mother loves her child, her own offspring, Holy Mother loved every human being. Whether good or bad didn't matter. Everyone was her child and everyone was affectionate to her. And whoever touched her, and that God transformed. We don't know the story of Hamza. That must have become a better man. Though in Holy Mother's time, he came to Holy Mother and often went and then again he stole something. One day he was released from jail and came straight to Holy Mother from jail. Like that, there was connection. He felt she is my mother. That was the feeling. So when we come to Holy Mother, still that power remains. Body gone 100 years ago. But that power remains, that manifestation of God remains. When we say, Mother, please see me. That's one beautiful story there. So Mr. Sridhararani told that one person was bringing some heavy load on his head and he had to walk a long time. And it was very unbearable from him after some time. The load was this grocery was very heavy. And after coming sometimes he said, what to do? Mother, now it's so heavy, I can't do it. Mother, I just can't bear it now anymore. Suddenly he felt that the load has become light and he can walk. And when he comes home, reaches Jairamati, he finds Mother, Holy Mother was doing hand like this and sweating continuously and walking. She took away all the load of that person from his, though he was carrying, the load was taken care by the Holy Mother. And she was feeling the pain and carrying the load of that person felt light. So that is our Holy Mother. When we have any load in mind, in heart, we just can come. Mother is so unbearable, please make me light. I can't control my mind. The thing like anger, delusion, all those things don't go. Mother, please remove me. Just we have to say Mother and ask her for anything. Mother, make me love everyone. May I not hate anyone. Mother, make me that. Mother, make me devoted to my Ishta. Mother, may I have spiritual growth. Anything, say Mother and ask. Mother is yet to give. Whenever someone comes to me and asks, addressing me as Mother, I cannot undo that. I have to do that. It was her promise. When she was leaving, she is leaving still. Her promise is valid still. Thank you very much.